Hi everyone. So Ashley and I decided to do our chapter presentation on measurement and the various techniques and tools associated with measurement. Just a brief overview of chapter 19. It talks about developing measurement concepts, and it talks about how measurement is one of the most useful and important topics for students to understand because it is essential for their daily life tasks that they will need to do and use in the future. The chapter kind of also talks about allowing students to use estimation when measuring different objects, and also allowing students to make comparisons between objects will help students to understand different language like longer than or holds more than. These are 4 important principles that we found in the textbook to be important when teaching measurement to students as well. To start with our lesson, we chose to do 2nd grade, and the overall goal of the unit is to allow students to learn how to estimate the length of items by understanding the different units of measurement and being able to accurately measure various items with different tools. These are our standards that we have listed here. And we have 2 lesson objectives. Students will estimate the length of various objects in the classroom using units of inches, feet, centimeters, and meters. And students will measure the length of the objects they estimated using rulers, measuring tape, and yardsticks. To start the lesson, the teacher will ask the students to estimate the length of various items in the classroom, like the whiteboard, and the teacher will also ask the students which type of unit of measurement should be used to measure these items. This will give the teacher an idea of how much the student already knows about measurement and which units they know. So to begin the through portion of the lesson, the teacher will explain the different units of measurement: inches, centimeters, yards, and meters. And the teacher will show students examples using different measuring tools. The teacher will then demonstrate how to take measurements by using a ruler and some classroom items and showing students through the class projector. Students will be asked to estimate the length of various items in the classroom and record their estimates on a given worksheet. We have included all of our worksheets in the end portion of our lesson as well. Students will then work with a partner to take measurements of the items they estimated. Each partner will measure the object and record their data. Then they will compare and contrast their data with each other to make sure they have measured the items correctly. This explanation will give students an understanding of what each unit size looks like. For example, centimeters are much smaller than meters, and it will give them a better idea of how to estimate different objects as well. To finish the beyond portion of our lesson, individually students will compare their estimates with their data. The teacher will then pass out a worksheet where students have to estimate the length of various items outside of the classroom. And for their homework and assessment, students will have to find the items to measure at home, or they can also research different items such as buildings or bridges. This will give students the opportunity to have a hands-on experience with the lesson, to go home and find their own items and explore the different lengths of each of the items. The students will be able to also compare the units of measurements through measuring items big or small, and the teacher can assess their understanding by collecting all these worksheets just to make sure everyone's on the right track. Our measurement activities that we chose are included on the next few slides. They are worksheets that we have included throughout the whole lesson. This is the first worksheet that we would pass out during the through portion that allows students to use their rulers and pick 10 objects in the classroom and measure each of them. This is where students will record their data and estimate and compare the actual measurements with their classmates. This is one of the Beyond worksheets where the teacher will pass out and the students will have to estimate the length of these items that are found outside of the classroom. And the last Beyond worksheet is the one that the students will be able to take home and find different objects around their house to measure and record the data. They'll list the measurement tool that they need as well. And they can find different larger objects like bridges, buildings, or cars, but they just have to make sure that they list the measurement tool needed and the actual measurement. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this presentation helpful.